always in the wrong, knowing where we stand, but you and I.
Hello guys, and welcome to a new episode of a new series I'm starting, Mountain Blade Warband. Now, the choices I will be choosing to create my character with are not choices I chose myself. I had my friend choose them for me, so it would be hopefully a bit more of a challenge, and I think it may be. So, let's just get started here, start a new game, and let's see here. Welcome adventurer to Mountain Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in the traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by male members of the nobility. That does not, however, mean that you should not choose to play a female character, or one who is not of noble birth. Male nobles may have a somewhat easier start, but women and commoners can attain all of the same goals, and in fact, may have a much more interesting if more challenging early game. So, my gender is a male, last I checked anyway. You were born years ago in a land far away, and your father was a thief. As the son of a thief, you had very little formal education. Instead, you were out on the street, begging until you learned how to cutting purses until you learned how to pick locks, all the way through your childhood. Still, these long years made you streetwise and sharp to the secrets of the cities and shadowy backways. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a craftsman's apprentice. As a boy growing out of childhood, you apprenticed with a local craftsman to learn a trade. After years of hard work and study under your new master, he promoted you to journeyman, and employed you as a fully paid craftsman for as long as you wished to stay. Then, as a young adult, life changed, as it always does, and you became a smith. Though this distinction was sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. You pursued a career as a smith, crafting items of function and beauty out of simple metal. As time wore on, you became a master of your trade, and fine work started to fetch fine prices. With food in your belly and logs on your fire, you could take pride in your work and your growing reputation. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take that decision was wanderlust, I do believe. Yes, it was wanderlust. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life, and become an adventurer. You're not even sure when your home became a prison, when the familiar became mundane. But your dreams of wandering have taken over your life, whether you yearn for some faraway place or merely for the open road and the freedom to travel. You can no longer bear to stay in the same place. You simply went and never looked back. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. So I'm going to do this realistic, no quitting without saving. Now I must enter my name. It's taking me through a tutorial because this is the first time I played it on this install. So let's look at our stats here because I have no idea what this is going to be. So it looks like we have 8 strength. That's pretty typical. You know, a little higher than average. We have above average agility, I would say. Pretty average intelligence and charisma. Now, no iron flesh, no power strike. We do have power throw. We have 1 point in weapon master, which will allow us to train our people more efficiently. So when we hire simple farmers or whatever, we can train them faster to level up. 0 on shield, 2 athletics, 1 riding, 1 looting, 1 tactics, 1 pathfinding, 1 inventory management, that will help a lot. 2 engineer, 1 leadership, and 2 trade. Not bad. Leadership at every point increases maximum number of troops you can command by 5, increases your party morale, and reduces troop wages by 5%. I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw a point in prisoner management. At least, actually, I'm gonna throw 2 in prisoner management. That's a really important skill for me. let's see here. Let's look at our proficiencies first. One-handed weapons is 65. Two-handed is 15. Oh god, that's terrible. 15 polearms, 15 archery, crossbows 15, throwing 47. So it looks like we're going to be throwing weapons a lot. I don't throw things ever in this game, so this is going to be an interesting Let's Play. Let's boost that up to 51. I meant to boost it to 50, but okay. 70 one-handed. Well, if we get charisma, basically strength, agility, intelligence, and charisma will limit these skills to a third of what this is. So this is nice, so we can go ahead and get an extra riding point. We could get multiple points in riding, but I'm okay with 2 for now. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Oh, whoops, this is the wrong one. My bad. I said this was the one that trains people. It's trainer that trains people, of course. We're gonna go ahead and get 2 points in that because that's a really important skill. Athletics, riding, horse archery. Get another one in looting. I think I will get another point in. Yeah, I'm gonna get another one of looting. That'll help us. I want to be able to level up prisoner management and leadership and trade. Well, not necessarily trade, but prisoner management and leadership. I'm gonna want 10 strength. Alright, so that is our character at the beginning of the game. Now, I tend to... Actually, I like this face just fine. I'm going to change it up a little bit. But I like how it is. No, don't. Never mind, I lied. Let's change the skin. I tend to like dark-haired characters for some reason. That's a more grizzly kind of looking guy. I like that. I do. And he's a really dark-haired person, so that works. I'm going to just edit this. And you guys can watch me if you want. I'm going to try to keep these episodes within 20 minutes. So. But this one may be a bit longer, as it is the first episode. And I want to get the first starter mission out of the way too, so... How about that? What does that do? Oh, that depends if we're Neanderthals or not. Neanderthal, not Neanderthal. We'll leave it like that. Well, how far does that change? Let's leave it like that. I like that. Eyebrow height, we can change that just a little bit. Eye depth, we can turn that in. Eye shape can be a little bit like that. Eye to eye distance is okay. Actually, hold on, let's change that again. Let's do that. Eye to eye distance, eye width. Ooh. Cheekbones. That looks okay. Nose bridge. I wish the character would stop moving around so much. Let's see. I like that nose. Actually, no, I don't. Let's see here. Give him a really big nose. I love the amount of character customization in this game. By the way, in case you can't tell. It seems really, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like it's there's a lot to do in the customer customization. The character customization. My bad. I cannot talk today, guys. Let's give him some fuller cheeks instead of, you know, those. How about that? Mouth width. We could make it a little slimmer, not much. North distance. And jaw position. Jaw width. Width. Let's see. Make it. My guy. He's probably gonna look a bit weird. Let's check out the chin shape. I know some of you are not gonna like watching this. If those of you that don't like watching this are still watching, I'm sorry. Now, beard. Yes, I did all that just to put a beard on him. Get over it. There's quite a few to choose from. I would still like to see more, but that's what I typically go with. Let's give him... I think it looks okay with this one. Let's see here. I think that's okay. I think it looks good. Okay, now we are going to start in Serenade Sultanate. I pronounced that completely wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't read that cutscene. I'm sorry. Or that slide. It basically said, where do you want to start? Pretty much is what it wanted to say. You came with the caravan, crossing the Great Desert to the east of Coloradia. The Badonian guides chose your route carefully, leapfrogging through treacherous dune fields and across empty gravel plains to low-lying oases rich with orchards and date palms. Your great fear was that a caravan might lose its way and perish of thirst. The small bands of raiders who hovered just out of bowshot, waiting to pick off stragglers, were oddly a comfort. At least water would be no more than a day's ride away. It was a great relief when the mountains came into view, and on the evening of the following day, you crested a rocky pass, and in the distance could make out the sea and the towers of Xerez, silhouetted against the sunset. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. You're exhausted by the time you find the inn in Xerez and fall asleep quickly. However, you wake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a rasp. You hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end, the rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. And so, we just woke up, and the first thing we hear is someone pulling up a sword. Oh, dang! That has never happened to me before. You are struck down, however, before you lose consciousness, you hear shouts and a rush of footfalls. You wake to find yourself indoors, weak but alive. So, apparently this merchant here saved us. Merchant of Charas. Ah, you're awake. It's good to see that you can still walk. You're lucky that we came along. I had been speaking with the watch when we heard the sounds of a fight and ran to see what happened. We didn't arrive in time to prevent you getting knocked down, but we may have saved you from getting your throat cut. Now, maybe you can help me. We've always had brigands in the hills driven to Banbury by war, debt, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers, fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the walls, who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify